Alrighty, so it's no secret I'm really enjoying learning about tons of big, heavy semis, industrial trucks all around the world, stuff like that. It's really fun, all right? We've even looked at tractors and stuff. And everyone keeps saying you got to check out the Mercedes-Benz UNIMOG, all right? We're looking at it. This is a video called UNIMOG, the massive Mercedes truck you've never heard of. Well, chances are if you're watching this, some people probably have heard of this. So maybe a misleading title, but I've heard of it because of you guys. I'd like to learn more about it. Here we go. This is from Donut Media. It's being linked down below so you can check out their channel, the whole thing uninterrupted. And it's, like I said, a lot of you suggested this. Here we go. Okay, I want one.
Whether you're driving through a bog or over a log or up a mountain in the fog,
look at these.
in the mud like a hog, or searching the desert for your long-lost dog.
Oh, I love it.
Whether you need a place to write your mommy blog, there's one vehicle
Oh my
for
God.
you. I'm talking about the Mercedes that makes the G-Wagon look like a wee wagon. This is everything you need to know to get up to speed on the UNIMOG, which is, I think, German for a very, very big car.
Well, there's quite the intro. As we saw, a lot of different varieties. So I'm assuming they come in different, I guess, varieties, like different attachments, perhaps like different body styles. And then, of course, I'm sure some of those were different years as well. Some newer ones, some older ones. I can't wait to learn about this thing. I've heard a lot about it.
Now, despite a formidable roadblock in its creation, the UNIMOG has been around for nearly 75 years. It was and still is one of the hardest core trucks around. And the first one was built by a German metals business rather than an auto manufacturer. In 1945, Germany was coming off of back-to-back World War losses. They were looking to rebrand themselves as more of an agricultural type of place. Noticed by a Daimler-Benz AG aircraft engineer by the name of Albert Friedrich. Apparently, old Al didn't like using beasts of burden and thought there ought to be a better way. Albert decided to partner up with a couple of his engineering homies, Hans Zabel and Heinrich Rössler, to develop the ultimate tractor. And during a very German...
So it kind of started out as a tractor then. Nice.
Bratwurst brainstorming session, they came up with the fundamentals of the vehicle. A company called Ehrhard & Sons, which was well known for manufacturing tractors. And by tractors, of course I mean, they specialized in making jewelry and door handles and dollhouse furniture. But apparently that's a lot like making badass tractor monster trucks, because by 1946, they had created one of the most capable badass tractor monster trucks of all time. Hans named it the Universal Motorgerät, and they called it the UNIMOG for short. The prototype was extraordinarily capable.
You know, that thing looks badass.
Mercedes four-cylinder gas engine. But there was one place it was not allowed to go, and that was to war. Now, Germany was still in the doghouse from all that blitzkrieging they had recently unleashed on Europe, which is why they weren't allowed to build new military vehicles. In fact, Daimler wasn't even allowed to make plain old four-wheel drive vehicles. They actually had to petition the Allies for permission to make the UNIMOG. They promised that they would only use it for agricultural purposes. Since Mercedes was in timeout and Ehrhard & Sons didn't have enough production power to manufacture the vehicle, the UNIMOG turned to tool manufacturer Boehringer. Now, Boehringer hand-built the first model, the UNIMOG 72.
No way.
Boehringer built around 600 of these between 1949 and 1951. It was just like the prototype, but relied on a bigger Mercedes diesel engine. Now, UNIMOGs were utilitarian AF with an open cab and flat body panels.
They look like it.
Things super simple and cheap to make. And looks didn't matter because it was really only built to be useful. They were designed.
You know, it's funny though, as like someone who's always loved trucks. Yeah, it's not built for looks. It's not built for the wind tunnel. None of that. But you know what? For some reason, that's oddly satisfying. I would love to tool around some property in one of these old UNIMOGs. They look amazing, right? You know they're there to do some work, and it'd be fun. It would be fun.
Super simple and cheap to make. And looks didn't matter because it was really only built to be useful. They were designed to replace an ox. which is probably why the badge for the first Unimogs was a U-shaped ox head. Despite best efforts to keep Germany from making military vehicles, the Unimog was a military darling from the beginning. Duh. The high demand for the do-it-all vehicle resulted in Daimler-Benz taking over production in 1951. Seems like this may have been the plan all along.
Wow.
In 1955, Daimler created the Big Daddy
I love that
404.
one.
Some of the other big developments
that is so cool.
Had with a steel cab and a straight six gas engine. It was basically a school bus with insane climbing ability, a breakover axle, and ramp angle.
Dang, that thing is heavy duty, yeah? Oh, I love hearing it.
404 is the most iconic Unimog. The design was so simple and efficient that Mercedes manufactured them for 25 years. That's almost as long as Nissan's been making the 370Z. And they are the most successful model in the nameplate's history.
No
way.
They
were used as snowplows, emergency vehicles, farming tractors,
Jeez.
military vehicles, and coolest of all, trains.
Trains? Are you freaking serious? That's insane.
For the next 20 years, the Unimog just sat back and rested on its laurels. And while Daimler developed new models like the 406 medium-sized truck, they were really just variants of the 404. Why reinvent the enormous wheel?
Yeah.
Now, even though the Unimog was a tractor, it looked a lot like a truck. But it had a common tractor feature known as power takeoff, or PTO. To this day, the PTO capabilities of the Unimog help it stand out as the Swiss Army knife of off-roaders. PTOs are extra drive shafts that can be powered directly by the engine. And the uses for them are endless. You need to put out a fire? Cool, just attach a water pump to the PTO. You need to till a field? Sick, PTO. Need a snowblower? PTO.
See, this is what I love about it. It's so utilitarian. It's tough. It can go off-roading. You can drive it on the road. You can have some fun with it, and it can do almost anything you want it to. How can you argue with that? I'm liking this thing.
Accessories that weren't PTO friendly, Unimogs also could be had with built-in hydraulic and pneumatic systems.
Perfect.
The systems became standard in 1963, which helped drive the market for custom accessories like bucket loaders, articulating boom lifts, road maintenance equipment. In fact, they can turn the truck into any heavy-duty construction equipment you could possibly want.
That's amazing.
Not only could the Unimog do a bunch of stuff, it could also go pretty much everywhere. The Unimog had incredible ground clearance thanks to portal axles, which are basically gearboxes that allow the axle to sit several inches higher than the center of the wheel hub. It's the equivalent of standing on your tippy toes, but for off-roaders. Like if you see any of those bro-dozers at SEMA, the opposite of a mall crawler. It's a freaking wall crawler. Now this setup gives the wheels plenty of room for vertical movement, so the vehicle can drive over extremely uneven terrain.
That's amazing.
Including 3-foot-tall rocks.
Look at that. That's so satisfying. I love off-roading, and this
which is also the
is a good
name
off-roading
of
vehicle.
Nolan's alt country band, 3-foot-tall rocks. Check us out. Then in 1975, they finally dropped a heavy-duty series with the 4.5-ton U1300L and 5.5-ton U1700L.
There we go. I want one. I want one. How do I buy one of these? I am going to look at how to buy one of these. Probably can't afford it, but damn it, I want one.
These were the big boy versions and featured the 5.7-liter inline-six diesel engines, with the 17 offering your choice of turbocharger or supercharger.
Nice.
Well, having a heavy-duty Unimog was important for obvious reasons. Probably the most important thing about this model is that Arnold friggin' Schwarzenegger.
No way.
Now, what Arnie wanted to...
Wow, I know he had like the very first Humvee that was available for civilians. Of course, he had a Unimog too. Why not?
The superficial realm of Hollywood. He didn't get to the chopper. No, he got himself a 1977 1300L Unimog. And guess what? It made him look small. And then came the mid-90s, which saw the creation of the light model 408 and my favorite model, the Fun Mog. The Fun Mog was a luxury version of the 408.
They had a luxury version? Oh my God, that's hilarious. Look at it. It's all chromed up, got the cherry red paint. Wow. That is awesome. I think it's funny that they made that. I would totally take one of the more drab-looking utilitarian models if you ask me, but that is really funny that they did that. How interesting.
Chrome everything. Leather interior.
Oh my God.
Sound system. Oddly, though,
What?
the FunMog deleted the hydraulic system. So it's basically a golf cart, crazy ground clearance.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I want one that can do it all. Don't need leather in there. Let's put the thing to work and have some fun, you know?
And since Mercedes had just made a Lil Mog, it only made sense to offset that with a new, massive 6x6 known as the 2450. I work 2450, baby. 24 hours a day, 50 days a year. Unimogs were always utilitarian, straightforward, and efficient, but in 2002, after moving production to their heavy-duty truck plant, they got just a little bit fancier with the launch of the 3000,
Jeez.
4000, and 5000 series. Mercedes
Okay, there we go. I'll take one of those.
had to compete with other heavy-duty truck manufacturers like Hino and Cam-Az. Not only do they compete with them for sales in the commercial and military markets, they literally compete with them in the notorious
Dakar,
rally.
baby. One of the coolest things ever. One of the coolest racing events ever, for
Even
real.
though they race, it should be noted that the highest trim modern Unimog has a top speed of 56 miles per hour.
Hey.
Slow
56 miles per hour in a truck that big with those big tires, that's cooking. That's cooking. You know, we used to have a food truck, and it was an old FedEx truck. You're familiar with that? It was an old Workhorse, it was called. It was the brand that makes the chassis, and it had a Ford, basically like F450 drivetrain. And yeah, it was a big truck, not like this, but it was a big box truck. And that thing, when you were going like 55 miles per hour, it felt like you were hauling ass. So yeah, that's the thing when you're in big trucks. They don't have a high top speed, duh. But trust me, you're going 50 or even 60 miles an hour, it's going to feel like you don't want to go any faster than that.
speeds are just part of the reason you don't see celebrities driving them around much or at all, because they aren't legal in the U.S.
Oh, of
You can
course
get one
not.
once
Damn
you're
it.
25 years old, but do you have any idea how expensive it is to maintain?
Oh, see? They're killing my dream. I wanted to get one of these. I said it earlier, but I guarantee they're expensive. And how would I find parts for those here? That'd be another thing, right? Yeah, it's ironic, too, because the U.S. Seems to be always like, ooh, big trucks. The U.S. is like truck nation, right? But, dude, like a lot of big trucks and tanks and all these different things, they're not legal here. What the hell? That's kind of lame.
An old 14,000-pound Mercedes in a country that never sold them?
Yeah. Might be a
Probably
little
the
hard.
biggest reason you don't see them at movie premieres or swanky restaurants is because they don't belong there. They were designed to be mechanical oxen, and using them for anything else is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Imagine driving this thing up a tight road, they're freaking huge.
Yeah.
While the basic principles of the original 1946 Unimog have stayed the same throughout its history, technology has definitely helped make it much more capable. In the process of installing emergency radios on the second highest volcano in the world in Chile, a pair of Unimogs just set the record for reaching the highest altitude a wheeled vehicle has ever gone.
Wow.
21,961 feet. That's six.
That's actually impressive because that is like so high up. It's kind of makes me like lightheaded thinking about it. Just think of the lack of oxygen up there. How did that thing even run?
1,694 meters for our friends that live anywhere besides the U.S. Whether it's self-inflating tires, special rock crawling gearing, or a steering wheel that can be moved from the right to left-hand drive with the push of the lever, Unimogs
What? How?
are still one of the most versatile vehicles ever created to go anywhere and do anything. Thank you guys so much.
Okay, so I'm convinced that those are arguably one of the most badass vehicles, period. They are just, they're even more capable than I thought. And the fact that it's basically like the perfect blend of like a tractor and a truck, it's just kind of the best of both worlds. It's a total beast of a workhorse. It can go off-roading. It can do anything you want. It's really cool. Very cool vehicle. I can't wait to learn more and see more footage of these. Please check them out. They're a great channel to learn about things and some other fun stuff. They will be linked in the description down below. Thank you guys for this suggestion because this has been a long time coming. I am constantly, as an American truck guy that grew up in America and loved trucks since I was, speaking, since I was little as I can remember, it has been very refreshing to learn about trucks abroad and how it's kind of ironic that most trucks that are huge and badass and, with different drivetrains and big diesels and all these very capable vehicles are usually not even from here, not even from the U.S. It's very refreshing to learn about. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that. Please throw a like on there, a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and of course, subscribe to join this amazing community we do have here. Cannot wait to hear your comments on this. Have you ever driven one of these? Where do these rank for you? They rank pretty high up there for me. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.